Hello guys, hope you all are doing great. I'm Kinesh Aisha and I'm a cloud data scientist. And today I'm going to talk about basics of cloud and then I will talk about Azure in detail. So let's get started. So this is the agenda of my video. First I'm going to talk about cloud, then I will talk about different cloud models, pros and cons of cloud computing, different cloud providers in market, their market share, and then I will talk about Azure, its services, its data services, its certifications, and resources related to these certification. So let's get started. So what is cloud? Cloud refers to the servers that are accessed over the internet, and these servers are located in data centers all over the world. So by using these cloud computing, you doesn't have to manage your physical servers, your machines and software. You just buy a space in the cloud and use it. So this is the all about cloud. Now let's talk about different cloud models. We have two type of cloud model. The first one is deployment model and the other one is service model. And if I talk about deployment model, the first one is public cloud computing that delivers via the internet and shared across organization. The second one is private cloud computing that is designed and dedicated to your organization and your resources are not shared across other organizations. That means you have more control, security and customization. And as compared to public cloud, private cloud is much more expensive. The last one is hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud computing uses both public and private clouds. And here some of the resources are kept on premises and the other are hosted onto the cloud. Now let's talk about different service model. The first one is IaaS. It's infrastructure as a service model. This service model provides you with access to infrastructure resources such as servers, storage, and networking, where you can build and run your applications and you have more control and flexibility over your infrastructure. Second one is PaaS. It's a platform as a service model. In this service model, uh, this service models provide you with access to a platform where you can build and run your applications without having to worry about the underlying infrastructure. The third one is SaaS. It's a software as a service model. This service model provides you with access to a software which are hosted by a cloud provider and cloud provider takes care of everything for you from infrastructure to the software application. The last one is AI as a service model. This service model is relatively new and this give you access to the artificial intelligence and machine learning toolset just over the internet. So this is the all about cloud models. Now let's talk about pros and cons of cloud computing. And if I talk about pros, the first one is scalability. In cloud, you can scale your resources and services whenever you need them with just few clicks. And because of auto scalability, that's make it more cost saving. Disaster recovery is very easy in cloud, and cloud computing provides you with accessibility and it's more resilience. And if I talk about business focus, for smaller and startup businesses, cloud computing is more reliable in terms of cost and budget. Now let's talk about different cons of cloud computing. Data confidentiality risk is very high. Level of security is not that reliable. Internet access is mandatory. Without that, it doesn't work at all. And we face many compliance issue in cloud computing. And cloud is weak in the events of attack. Data mobility is a big issue in cloud computing. That means moving data between different cloud providers and back to the on-premises system. It's a big challenge and we face many technical problems in cloud computing. So these are the all pros and cons of cloud computing. Now let's talk about different cloud providers. The first one is AWS, Amazon Web Service, which is hosted by Amazon. The second one is Microsoft Azure, which is provided by Azure. The third one is Google Cloud Platform, which is provided by Google. And then we have Huawei Cloud, Alibaba Cloud, Oracle Cloud, Teradata Cloud, and IBM Cloud. So these are all the top 8 cloud providers in market. Now let's talk about their market share. The first one is AWS. AWS has market share of 32% and it serves millions of customers ranging from startups to largest enterprises, and it's popular among developers because of its extensive tool and flexibility. The second one is Azure. Azure has market share of 20.5% and it is popular among enterprises that are already using Microsoft products. And as for now, as compared to AWS, Azure has smaller market share but is this most growing cloud provider. The third one is GCP. Google Cloud Platform has market share of 9% and and it's popular among developers that prefer open source toolset and wanted to take advantage of Google's expertise in data analytics. The last one is Huawei Cloud. Huawei Cloud has market share of 2.88% and as compared to top cloud providers like AWS, Azure and GCP, Huawei Cloud has smaller market share, but it's popular in China and now it's expanding its services across globally. So this is all about market share. Now let's talk about Azure in detail. So what is Azure? Azure is a public cloud computing platform and it provides range of services like compute, analytics, storage and network. In Azure, you can develop your application, scale new application and run existing application in the public cloud. Now let's talk about different Azure services. We have compute, network, storage, security, and Azure DevOps services. So these are all the services provided by Azure. Let's get deep dive into some of Azure data services. The first one is Azure Synapse Analytics, and it's a data warehouse. It's a cloud-based data warehouse provided by Azure. The second one is Azure Data Factory. Here you can orchestrate your workflows using dynamic pipelines. The third one is Azure Data Lake. It's a storage service where you can store large amount of structured and unstructured data. Then we have Azure SQL Database. It's a relational database, and we have Azure Cosmos DB. It's a multimodal dimensional database. And here we have HD Insights. It's a cloud based big data analytics tool where you can process and analyze your data using big data analytics technologies like Apache Hadoop, Spark, and Hive, and many more. And lastly, we have Databricks. It's a big data analytics tool specially designed for data scientists and data engineers. So these are all the Azure data services. And now let's talk about Azure certification path. Azure certification path starts from its fundamental certifications to the expert level certifications. And if I talk about fundamentals, the first one is Azure Fundamentals, which covers the core concept of Azure, and then we have Azure Data Fundamentals, and it covers the core concept of Azure Data Engineering, and then we have Azure AI Fundamentals, and it covers the uh, artificial intelligence and machine learning concepts on Azure. And hereafter we have associate level certification. Specifically, these are role based, like for data scientists, data analysts, and data engineers, and many more. And here comes the expert level certification, and especially for Azure Solution Architect and Azure DevOps Engineer. So this is the path of Azure certification from fundamentals to expert level certifications. Now let's discuss about the resources from where you can prepare for these certifications exams. The first one is the official documentation provided by Azure on Microsoft Learn website, and the second one is the dumps that you can prepare from the exam topics website. So these are the two resources which will help you for Azure certifications. And so that was all about it. If you have any queries related to this video, just write it down in comment section. I will be happy to help you guys. So bye for now.